Our own Paul Hogan will soon be a very huge star in England as well. The new television channel opened last Tuesday, and this is some of the Hogan that English viewers got to look at here.
His fierce love of one woman will touch your very soul.
Alive with the sound of music.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Hogan, yeah. Paulette left me one extra Christmas present. She said, well, I don't know. She said that I could have that.
Yeah,
she said,
I saw the present she gave to me out here, the gold toothpick. Oh, gee, I've always wanted one of them, mate.
yes? And champagne
She's
flavored?
so thoughtful, isn't she?
Yeah.
Funny bird. Huh?
Yeah. Sort of. Oh, I see. I think it's thermal underwear or something like that.
Go on, you Colette.
Thanks.
Nothing like a good start.
How you doing? Okay.
Yeah, terrific, mate.
Yeah. The English thing must be pretty interesting because immediately it's shown, of course. Newspapers here run their version of what critics there said and so forth. But I think the thing that I noticed the most was that every critic turned out to look at the program and to say something about it in England.
Oh, yeah, it's much like here. It's terrific. It's even when they say it's right, it's dreadful rubbish we're getting here, and you know, don't miss the next one; it'll be even worse. And they sort of do the next one and the same again, and sort of like the second show's gone to air, and you know, the Greyhound Recorder and the War Cry sort of cover it and say, you know, this Australian show's on again.
Yeah.
But that's terrific. The main thing is they notice it and they write about it, and they had a whole channel go to air, and they didn't write anything about anything else that was on it that was made in Britain. Of course, the Hogan show was different, and.
Well, there wasn't a lot on it that was made. And if I'm not mistaken, weren't there a lot of imported programs on that Channel 4?
No, mostly.
No? Is it English? Yeah, I'm
Mostly
sorry.
they're local rubbish.
Yeah.
Wasn't much good. And what I'm doing, viewers, is I'm perpetrating the Australian image. And what I get a little bit of flack back here about ruining the Australian image, you know. Now, let me say this most strongly, viewers. I don't know if you've got any idea what the Australian image is, say, in the UK. But comedy-wise and television-wise, they've had Edna Everage, very funny, but it's a man dressed up as a woman. And then they had Reg Livermore over there to do the Betty Blockbuster review, the man dressed up as a woman. And they had a special on the BBC, Auntie Jack, a man dressed up as a woman. And so, you know, the first thing they say to me, you're an Australian comedian, where's your dress? So if I'm going to shatter that image that to get a laugh in Australia, you've got to wear a dress, that's fine. You know, I don't mind that at all. And I think showing a comedy show from this country shows that we're a grown-up, sophisticated nation, you know? You've got to be grown up to laugh at yourself. And you know, our image overseas, our image in the UK is pretty crook.
Yeah, they put down Australians a lot, don't they?
Well, you can't blame them. It's half the people that go there are terrific. You'd be proud of them back here. But then 25% of them turn into Bazza McKenzie, which, you know, which we might have laughed at, but the hat with the corks and throwing up everywhere. I mean, and, you know, the pommy basher and the sort of thick as a brick can't chew gum and walk at the same time. And the other half of our image over there are these even worse sort of whackers that get off the plane and immediately adopt what they think is an Oxford accent. And you know, and the Poms laugh at them because they can hear the Australianism in it, because they're ashamed of being Australians, you know. But the other half are like me. Sophisticated, worldly, and quite proud of me, you know, that I had the fortune to be born in this wonderful country.
Prolific.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm doing your image a lot of good, viewers, let me say, most vehemently. You know.
What is it? There's a certain section in London, isn't there? Or what is it called? Something Court.
Earl's Court.
Earl's Court,
Kangaroo
yeah.
Valley,
Yeah.
But I mean,
Did you visit there when you went over?
No, the Aussies aren't there now. All the Arabs have moved into there.
Where do the Australians go?
Yeah, well, they just sort of scattered.
Beirut or someplace. Yeah.
The good thing about having a show on there is now I've got a name. You know, my name's Paul Hogan, but I was the Foster's geezer. I was signing autographs to Foster's geezer. And the people would come up and say, "Aren't you the Foster's geezer?" Because I was just doing Foster's ads.
That's right. We showed those.
Yeah, and
sometime
had
in
no
the year.
name with them. Just
Yeah.
I really got it. You know, I used to go into hotels and on the Foster's geezer and sign that on the register. So it's nice now to be Hogs over there and have a name.
But even though they know your head and they know your face, I mean, we've been through this before. We've talked about this. You are a pretty anonymous character when it gets outside. I mean, you have a way of putting your head down and walking around and nobody even knows where you are.
No. You're the only person in the world that believes that.
I do. Well, I walked into a place.
Let me tell you this, viewers, is that we went to a fight one night, right? Yeah. And Don couldn't get over how we walked through this joint, and everyone recognised him, and it didn't.
Well,
spite
tell them
me.
how they recognized you.
Well, I was walking behind you to start with my head down, and I'm 5'9" and you're 6'11", right? And I think that satin jacket with "I love your face" is written across it. And then he says, "I can't understand it. They spot me everywhere."
They know, but they were yelling terrible things at me. You big Yankee, go home, you yabbo, and all of that. They don't say anything to you. Do they?
No, what it is, mate, is actually people. I'll walk past someone on the street of Melbourne, and they'll sort of go and walk past. Yeah. Not when you get out of the country. It's totally different. You'll be walking down streets in any other country in the world. They walk straight up, and they say, "G'day, Ags." Dump, isn't it? Doesn't matter if it's, you know, Paris or Rome or a bit of a dump.
Yeah.
I see Fraser's turned it on over there with the retrospective tax thing. You know, what are we going to do about that? And then they say, "See you later," and walk off. Like as if they'd seen me 5 minutes ago, and they'll see me half an hour again. There's no...
Right, yeah.
But back here, they walk past you in the street, sort of go, "Is that him?" No.
What about America? Does America recognize you now?
Yeah,
when
and
you go there?
they're really polite, the Yanks.
Yeah.
I mean, they really are. Not all of them. In New York, sometimes you'll go and say, "Where do I get to 57th Street?" And they'll tell you to go and do something which is, you know, anatomically impossible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Or the other extreme. They'll say, you know, you go down there to the bus stop and you get on the bus and it takes you to 54th and tell him to get you off at Lexington. You need a quarter. You got a quarter. Here's the money, the change, sort of thing. But that's the funny part about people around the world when you ask directions. In Australia, we apologise. One or two things, you ask someone in Australia for directions, and they either say, "How do I get to Barker Street?" And they go, "I don't know," and wipe it. Or if they don't know, quite often they apologise, and they go on, and I've seen them, and I've seen it and listened in, and it's sort of like, Barker. Oh, geez, I don't live around here. Gee, I'm sorry, mate. I come from Brisbane, and you know, I'm just sort of passing through. When I say I come from Brisbane, I wasn't actually born in Brisbane. And my mother's Latvian, and on it goes. And it's true.
So, what's the end result? How's the program going, as far as you're concerned? Do you get reports from anybody? They tell you?
The program's going. About half the population of Great Britain watched the first one.
Fantastic. You can't do better.
Because it was the opening night of their second commercial channel.
Right.
I don't know how many watched the second night yet, but all the press did, and some of them said, you know, rubbish, and some said terrific. It's in 30 states in America now, and I can go over there and they all say Mr. Hogan.
Yeah.
They're polite, the Yanks. They say, "Mr. Hogan, can I get your autograph?" I'd like Aussie, "Yeah, sign this, Hogs." On the arms.
Can I shake your hand? I hope that it's a smash over there. But you're not going to leave here. You're still going to be doing your shows here,
No,
right?
see, that's why I'm doing it. It's part of the 5-year plan, mate. I'm going over there and I'm selling them beer and I'm doing comedy shows. So right now the Poms trust me.
Right.
So as we go down the road, because I tell the truth all the time, as we go down the road I'll start telling them about what a wonderful place this is. And then they're going to come flocking out here as tourists.
Right.
I don't want them to come migrate. We've got too many out here now. Oh, no, Oh, no, I didn't mean Poms. Love the Poms. Love the Poms. Grovel, grovel. No, I mean tourists.
Oh,
Because,
tourists,
you know,
yeah.
This is the... And I genuinely mean this. We should be sort of on easy street with tourism in this country, and that, you know, the government doesn't know how to promote it. But in a couple of years' time, once I've won their confidence, and the Yanks, who trust me, I'll get them flocking out here, and we'll have, you know, this country will get back on its feet through tourism. And I really mean that. And it's the greatest industry in the world, because they come out here and they spend their money and they nick off. You don't have to educate. They put them in hospitals or pensions.
Your house could be on one of those bus tours. There's
One day,
Hogan's house.
viewers, you'll have a statue of me down here. Hogan's got a
Paul Hogan, everybody. Going to be bigger and better than ever next year. Thanks, man. You all right? Have a nice time at the party, ladies. We'll be back. Don't you go away.